Okay, so last year, remember all that buzz about generative AI?
Yeah, it was everywhere you looked.
It felt like everyone and their grandma was saying this was the next big thing.
Right, gonna revolutionize everything.
Exactly. Well, now the dust has settled a bit, right?
Yeah, we're starting to see through the hype.
And we got some really interesting early data from McKinsey, actually.
They put out their State of AI in early 2024 report.
Exactly. So they surveyed companies from all over the world.
Trying to get a handle on, are businesses actually using Gen AI?
Yeah, or was it all just a bunch of hot air?
A lot of hype.
And I gotta say, some of the results were pretty surprising.
Yeah, this report is fascinating. I mean, for years, AI adoption in businesses, it's been stuck.
Stuck around, what, 50%?
Yeah, hovering around 50%. It was like they knew AI was important, but just couldn't figure out how to actually use it.
Yeah, like that friend who keeps saying they're gonna finally learn how to code.
Exactly. Someday.
Is that right?
But this year, something changed. This report shows a huge jump to 72% of businesses using AI in 2024.
Wow, that's a huge jump.
It is. And while we can't say it's all because of Gen AI, it definitely seems like Gen AI has been a catalyst.
Yeah, it really captured everyone's imagination, didn't it?
Yeah.
It brought the potential of AI to life.
In a way that, like, spreadsheets and algorithms never could.
Exactly, yeah. So it's not just talk anymore. Businesses are putting their money where their mouth is.
Absolutely. They're actually using this technology.
So where are we seeing Gen AI being used the most? What kinds of companies? What kinds of industries?
Well, one of the most interesting things the report found is it's not just tech companies using Gen AI.
Interesting.
The biggest adoption is actually happening in marketing and sales.
Really?
Yeah. And product development.
That's interesting. When you think about it, those are fields where creativity and efficiency are so crucial.
Exactly.
So it makes sense that there'd be a lot of interest there.
Yeah, and what's even more interesting is this lines up perfectly with earlier research from McKinsey that predicted these areas would see the most value from Gen AI.
So imagine like marketing teams using Gen AI to craft these super personalized ad campaigns.
Oh, yeah.
Or product developers using it to rapidly prototype new ideas.
Totally. And the best part is, this isn't just theory. We're already seeing this in action.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I bet you've even encountered it yourself and didn't even realize it.
It's probably true.
Like maybe that chatbot on your favorite shopping site.
Oh, yeah, suddenly you got a whole lot smarter.
Exactly.
That's probably Gen AI under the hood.
It's everywhere.
That's wild.
And this report, it goes even deeper, looking at, is Gen AI actually delivering on its promises?
Right, because that's the big question, right? So it's actually making a difference, huh? It's not just smoke and mirrors.
No, not at all. In fact, the report found that businesses using Gen AI are seeing real, tangible benefits.
Okay, like what? Give me the good stuff.
Well, for starters, they're seeing both cost decreases and revenue increases.
Okay, now you're speaking my language. Everyone gets excited about shiny new tech toys, but are they actually moving the needle? This sounds promising.
It is. And it's not just vague promises either. The report gets into specifics. For example, they found the biggest revenue gains are happening in a bit of an unexpected area, supply chain management.
Really, that's not the first thing that comes to mind. I'd have thought marketing, maybe R&D, something sexier, you know.
Yeah, it is surprising. But when you think about it, the complexities of supply chains, all those moving parts.
Oh yeah, it's massive amounts of data.
Exactly. Analyzing all that data, forecasting demand, optimizing inventory.
Yeah.
These are all areas where Gen AI can really shine.
So you could have Gen AI like predicting a supply chain bottleneck before it even happens.
Precisely. And that kind of foresight can save companies a ton of money, keep things running smoothly.
Oh, for sure. No more toilet paper shortages, huh?
Right. Although no promises there.
Boy.
But look, it's not all sunshine and roses. We do have to talk about the potential downsides as well.
Yeah, every rose has its thorns, right? What are people concerned about with Gen AI?
Well, the number one concern the report highlighted is inaccuracy. Gen AI has this, well, sometimes it makes things up.
Ah, yes, the infamous hallucinations. We've all heard about those. It's like when a chatbot goes off the rails and starts spouting off random facts. It can be pretty funny in those low-stakes situations, but I imagine it could be a big problem for businesses if they're relying on that information.
Absolutely. Imagine using Gen AI for something like a financial forecast, making big decisions based on that information, and then realizing later that it was all completely fabricated.
Ouch. Yeah, that's not a good feeling. So how do businesses balance these incredible opportunities, like what we're talking about with supply chain management, with the very real risks? How do they walk that tightrope?
Well, the report actually identifies a group of companies they call Gen AI high performers, and these are businesses that are already attributing over 10% of their profits directly to Gen AI.
Wow, 10%. That's huge. So they're not just dipping their toes in the water, they're diving in head first and seeing those returns. What are they doing differently?
They're going all in. They're not just using the technology, they're customizing existing tools, building their own Gen AI solutions from scratch, really weaving it into the fabric of their business.
So it's like Gen AI is becoming part of their DNA.
Exactly.
So it's like they're figuring out the Gen AI playbook.
Yeah, they're writing it as they go.
Yeah, but, if those high performers are the rock stars, what does that mean for all the other companies out there, the ones still trying to figure it out?
Well, that's what's so interesting about this report. It doesn't just focus on the success stories, it highlights some of the hurdles these high performers are facing too.
Oh, so it's not all smooth sailing, even for them.
Nope, definitely not. For example, one of the biggest things they're bumping up against is data.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense.
They're realizing that to really unlock the power of Gen AI, to train these models effectively, they need massive, high-quality data sets. And that's not something every company has just lying around.
No, definitely not. You can't exactly train a world-class AI on a spreadsheet full of typos, right? Garbage in, garbage out, as they say.
Exactly. And it's not just the data itself either. These high performers are also tackling all the operational challenges too, like figuring out how to actually integrate Gen AI tools into their existing workflows.
Right, because you can have the most powerful tool in the world, but if you don't know how to use it,
it's useless. And then there's the people side of things.
Oh yeah, how do you get everyone on board with this new technology?
Exactly, managing those organizational changes that come with adopting any new technology. That's a whole other ballgame.
It's like we always say, it's not just about the tech, it's about the people using it.
Totally. And that's what I think makes this report so valuable. It doesn't shy away from the challenges.
It's a reality check.
Yeah, it paints a realistic picture of what it takes to make Gen AI work.
Yeah, and it feels like this whole conversation has been about businesses using Gen AI. But what about us regular folks?
Ah, yes. The big question.
How is Gen AI going to impact our personal lives, not just our work lives? Especially as this technology keeps getting more sophisticated, easier to use.
It's a fascinating question. And while the McKinsey report focuses on the business world, it's clear that the impact of Gen AI is going to be much, much broader.
I mean, just think about it.
How will it change the way we learn, the way we create?
Even just the way we interact with each other on a daily basis.
Right. These are questions we're all going to be grappling with in the coming years.
It's both exciting and a little bit intimidating. It's like we're standing at the edge of something huge and we have no idea what's going to happen next.
That's a great way to put it. It's uncharted territory, but one thing's for sure, Gen AI is here to stay. It's not going away.
It's the new reality.
And by understanding both its potential, what it can do, and its limitations, the things it can't do, we can help shape how this technology will impact our lives.
We can make sure it's a force for good. So we've gone from what is Gen AI to how do we make Gen AI work for us in record time? I mean, that's how fast this field is moving. It's amazing. And it's why it's so important to stay informed, to keep asking questions.
Absolutely.
And on that note, that's a wrap on our Gen AI deep dive for today. We covered a lot of ground, but the big takeaway, the thing I really want you to remember, is that Gen AI isn't just hype anymore. It's having a real impact on the world right now.
It's changing the game.
Exactly. Right. And this is just the beginning. Who knows what incredible possibilities are just around the corner. So tell us, what resonated with you today? Where do you see the biggest opportunities, the biggest challenges with Gen AI? Head over to our online community, share your thoughts. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, keep exploring, keep asking questions, and keep diving deep.